Hi everybody, my name is Shelby and I'm going to share with you guys how I achieved this really pretty neutral eyeshadow look. I did use the Fierce by Ally, oh that's upside down, the Fierce by Ally Speak Up palette. Isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she gorgeous? And I give you all of my tips and tricks on how I prep my eyes for eyeshadows, all my tips and tricks. I give them all to you. And I also show you how I use this palette on this for this eye look. I get you nice and close, so don't be alarmed if in the next shot my hair is in a ponytail, I have a headband on, and I have no makeup on. You've been warned. It's okay. But I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you are watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you are watching this on Instagram, please come along and follow me, and if this is on Facebook, because you know what? Work smarter, not harder. I'm going to share this on all my platforms. Spread the love on this video. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a giveaway here shortly, so please spread the love. I would love it. Love, 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 love it. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this video. The fact that I have like no makeup on, my hair's in it, like I'm not the best version of myself right now, but this is how this is the order that I do all my makeup in. I generally do my eyebrows first, then my eyeshadow, and then I do my face. And then I kind of come back and I finish my eyes when I'm all done. So this is how I prep all of my eyeshadow looks, everything like that. So I always go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I like to use the shade either light or light medium. It all kind of depends, especially on my eyelids. I like to use like a lighter shade. And this will help make the eyeshadows show up more true to color, because I actually have kind of darker eyelids, and so by having a concealer as like a base kind of cancels out that redness, the darkness, and it also gives something for the eyeshadow to stick to. So if you've been struggling with your eyeshadows not blending right, showing up not as true to color as you're wanting, try prepping your eyelids with a concealer, and then I just kind of tap it out. And then I go into, this is the only other eyeshadow I'm going to use that's outside of the palette. Then I go into Cream Boat, which I have two in here. I'm going to go into Cream Boat right here, and I use this every single day. I love this eyeshadow. It's the perfect cream color. And I just go in and I set that concealer, because the concealer is kind of, it's a liquid, it's tacky, things like that. I want to set it so that way my eyeshadows all blend seamlessly. And also, because this palette is all metallics, I do need a transition shade. And so when I use this palette, I actually use my bronzer. And so this is bronzer number 3 by LimeLife, and I go in with a fluffy brush like this, and I tap it off, and I just use this right into the crease. I just feel like it helps add definition to my eye shape, and by having a transition shade, it just helps blend the colors on the lid out. And I prefer to have matte shades in the crease. That's me personally. So now that my eyelids are prepped, like this is a look all in itself. Now I can go into the Fierce by Ally palette. This is the Speak Up palette. I don't know how many times I'm gonna introduce this palette. But what I like to do is I like to work with this darker shade first, and then I'm gonna put the gold on my lid, and then I'll show you how I use this shade right here. I was trying to see if there's names, and there's not. And so what I do is I like to use a small fluffy brush like this one. This is a Morphe JH40 brush. These are my favorite kind of eyeshadow brushes. So I use this one, and I kind of dip it right into it, and I do tap it off. And I like to keep this shade right out here on the outer V of my eye. Okay, and I kind of like push this color, and generally whenever I work with eyeshadows, no matter if they're mattes, they are shimmers, metallics, anything like that, I like to kind of press the the color of the pigment where I want it, and then I go in and I blend it out. And then see how it just kind of melts right into that bronzer shade. That's the purpose of a transition shade, is it just kind of all melts and it's like buttery and it's beautiful. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to press it. So I'm working on the outer third of my eye. So like you see where my pimple, do you see where my like my, is that your iris? I'm staying out here, okay? I'm not going too far in. Okay, so now that I have that darker shade kind of where I want it, I'm gonna work with this gold shade. So it's this really pretty metallic-y gold shade, and I love it. One thing that I do whenever I work with like shimmer shades, metallic shades, anything like similar to this kind of a formula, is I like to apply it over tacky concealer. So I'm going to show you a technique that I like to use, and I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape again, and the same one I used to prep it. Now I probably could have gone in with like my Cream Boat shade, and I could have only like blended it where I needed it and left where I'm about to put this gold shade alone and left that concealer tacky, but I like to apply it over like freshly applied concealer. And you can use this technique when you're cutting your crease or anything like that. That's kind of what I'm doing. And so you see this blank area right here. I'm going to use a small brush like this, and I'm going to pack it right where I want that gold shade to go. And so I'm going from the inner part of my eye right up to that darker shade. And I'm staying as low in my crease as I can. And then I will go in with a paddle, kind of like a paddle brush, a brush like this, dip into that gold shade, tap it off, and then I'm going to press it right over to that tacky concealer. So by doing this, like I had mentioned earlier, it will help this gold shade show up more pigmented. It will help it show off that metallic shimmer in it, and it will put it right where I want it on my eye. Okay, so now I need to kind of go in and clean up my edges. So now that I have like all the pigment where I want it, I like to go back in with my bronzer shade and go right over that gold shade, put it back in its place, blend it out right in my crease. I'm going like back and forth just like this, okay? So that way when my eyes are open, this is the look. It's the same thing on the other side, back and forth. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into that darker shade right here, the deeper shade. Same thing, I'm gonna basically apply it right where I had it, and then I'm gonna go right over that line of the gold, and I'm just going to lightly feather it so that way they all just kind of marry each other. I don't want any harsh lines, and that's how you get like that perfect blend. Okay, so as you can see, that is kind of like the finished look of the eyeshadow. What I am gonna do is I am gonna go ahead and do my face makeup, like kind of finish up my whole look, and then I will show you how I finish off every look. Hello, I am back. As you can see, I obviously look different. I have my face makeup on, everything like that. I did go in and I did line my lash line with LimeLife by Alcone's Perfect Eyeliner pen. It's a nice brush tip pen. I love it. I love it. And it creates this like really nice line. And then I did go in with my mascara. This is just mascara. These are my lashes. With LimeLife's, this is our mini mascara, which I love our mini. I really hope we bring it full time, like our mini mascara, but I love this. And so that's it. I do that afterwards. So now I'm going to kind of show you how I finish off my lower lash line, things like that. So that same brush we were using for the darker shade, I like to bring it down here and I like to smoke this. Go in with our black eyeliner pencil. This is our Enduring eyeliner pencils. I love these. And so I am going to go in and I'm going to apply that right at my lash line. Right here. Okay, can you see? And I just go about 3/4 of the way across. As you can see, I'm not going in my waterline at all. You know what? I could have probably used the AM PM eyeliner pencil. I had a vendor event like a couple weeks ago and I've not been able to unpack since then. But the AM PM one has a nude liner on one end, which would put in the lash line or in the waterline, and then the black I could do it at the lash line, which I really love. So now that I have a little bit of eyeliner, just adds a little bit more definition, helps make my eyes look even bigger, and I just feel like it really ties in that black eyeliner on top of my lashes. And so I'm going to go in with the darker shade right here, same pointy brush, and I'm going to go right below my lash line. That just kind of helps smoke out the eyes. I just feel like it just, I love it. And as smoky as you want to go, you can, and go as smoky as you want to. I love a good smoky eye, so I will bring it down really low. So I'm going to back you guys up a little bit, and I'm gonna do my lips, and I'll show you the finished look, okay? All right, I was gonna show you guys. So you might be like, well, Shelby, what do you do with the other lighter shade in the palette? This one right here, and I like to, I'll show you. I like to use another kind of like a paddle brush like this. This is a Morphe JH41, and I pick it up, tap it off, and I like to put this right here in my tear duct. Adds a little something something. A little something something. And then I go right below my brow bone. Not that I need my brows to arch anymore. I just adds a little extra. And I just, oh, I love it. I love it. And then I do use, because I'm a multi-purpose kind of a makeup wearer. Like if I can find other ways to wear, I'll show you. And so I like to take a brush like this, and I actually highlight with this because it's a pretty nice tone for my skin tone. And I pick it up on a big fluffy brush like this, and I go right here on the cheekbones, right there, right there. I kind of highlight all over. Now, granted, if you are somebody who is oily, don't go up here because it'll just make you look extra oily. Me, I've been a little extra oily lately, which I probably shouldn't be highlighting right there, but I love the glow. It is worth it to me. If I look a little extra sweaty, it's okay. I'm just a little extra glowy. And this is the final look. What do we think? Let me know. Would you guys wear this? Was this duplicatable, which I always want my makeup looks to be duplicatable. This is the eyeshadow palette we used, the Speak Up palette by LimeLife, in collaboration with Ali Raisman. Fierce. I love. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Okay, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. I would love for you guys to join my hopefully growing YouTube channel. I would love for your support. If you're watching this on Instagram, hello, hit the follow button. What do we say on Instagram? I don't know. If you're watching this on Facebook, give it a like, spread the love. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!